We have had an absolutely fantastic trip here in the Arctic. You know, people throw out that phrase, beyond my wildest expectations. That sums up this trip perfectly. Just the polar bear experience, the reindeer experience we just had 30 seconds ago, the scenery we've seen, the glaciers we've hiked. It's been awesome. I can't wait to share it with you. So we've made our first landing of the trip, of the first full day on board the boat. We've come to this awesome glacier that just comes right down to the water. We spent some time this morning out on the Zodiac searching for puffins and gullimonts and cool ice shapes, and now we've hiked right up to this glacier. We're on our second stop of the day. This really cool now scientific research community that started off as a coal mine. It's got a couple other neat distinctions though. All of the doors of everybody's houses that live here, and there's maybe about 200 people in the summer, much less in the cold, dark winter, they leave their doors open. In case you come around a corner and see a polar bear, you got someplace to get really quickly. And we also have the northernmost post office in the world. I just sent a postcard to my kids. Gets a special stamp that says something about that. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes to get there. All right, so we're on the beginning of our second morning and we're out on a Zodiac excursion. We're gonna explore this small group of islands here and just kind of enjoying this amazing scenery. It's a beautiful day. I'm not wearing gloves and my hands aren't frozen. I call that a win.
At least that there's nothing on these islands except for lots of birds.
All right, moved on to the afternoon activities and just cruised up into the end of this fjord where all of these glaciers come right down to the water. We're actually cruising through some pretty big icebergs right now. It's just awesome. I've got, well, I was mostly shooting with the 100 to 400 for really nice detail, but now I've thrown on the 24 to 70 on a full frame. I've got the circular polarizer on here. It really lets me kind of make those reflections pop if I want. All right, so this afternoon we had an optional hike. Took us up top above the glacier. Folks, that is bucket list stuff for me. I feel incredibly lucky. Today is beautiful. Absolutely blue sky, still no gloves on the hands, still not freezing my fingers off, and we got to hike up above the glacier. And Chris, our expedition leader, actually had us, I'll just sit down for 5 minutes-ish and not make any sounds and just listen. And it's just amazing to be up above the Arctic Circle in this beautiful wild landscape and just spend a little time listening to the sounds of nature. Yes, I'm wearing gloves now. It's around 11 p.m. Still full sun way up in the sky. You know, the sun's not going to set here in this northern area until August 24th. It's wild. We just had our first sighting of walrus. That was fantastic. Nice little pod of them laying up on a beach. We call them the hippos of the north. We're going to sail through the night towards the most northerly group of islands in Europe. We're going to be up at about 84 degrees north, well within the Arctic Circle. This whole trip is taking place within the Arctic Circle. We're going to make landfall there and explore and see what there is to see. I mean, again, we're just finishing up our second full day on this boat, and it's been fantastic. The scenery, hoping for a little bit more wildlife, polar bears, of course, A couple more close encounters with walrus or seals, and lots of whales, so we might see as well. I'll say good night and see you all in the morning.
The next morning started fairly rough and windy. In fact, our first landing of the day had to be scrubbed because of the weather conditions. But look how far north we are. And now you're getting a little voiceover because it was really windy. This remote speck of land, it's Carl XII's island. Really exciting. On that island was our first polar bear sighting. In fact, 4. I'm holding up 3 fingers because we thought there were just 3 at the time I recorded this, but then we saw a 4th. So we had a mama and 2 cubs and probably another female. It was really exciting, but this was as close as we could get. And with the rough conditions, the pictures aren't the best. But everything changes really soon. We are partway down this island whose name I can't remember. Let's just flash it on the screen right here. And we're about midway through this glacier that has an 180 kilometer front. That means for 180 kilometers, that ice field comes down to the water. 180 kilometers. It's obviously calm and beautiful right now, so we're looking at putting the Zodiacs in the water and going for a little cruise. We have a little island over here that maybe there's a polar bear on, but even if not, the Zodiacs are going to get us in among some of the bigger ice chunks, and it's kind of fun to get out there a little bit more. Bear number 1, bear number 2, and bear number 3. Do you know what it's like to realize that a bear is swimming towards your little Zodiac in the water? This was amazing. Gave her some distance, came back around to the other side of the island, where by the time we got there she had climbed out as we had hoped, and she proceeded to put on the most amazing show in this most amazing landscape.
I'm having trouble sharing what we experienced tonight, so I've got a few friends to help me out, and I think they all can let you know how we feel. Oh, you guys. In all seriousness, I don't know how to describe that. I mean, the polar bear in the water swimming towards us and then circle back around. She or he, we're not quite sure, comes out on land and just proceeds to show off for an hour. Just was so cooperative. The light was beautiful. We're in this setting that to begin with was indescribable. And then you put multiple polar bears in here that we get to photograph. Top 3 moments in my photographic career. I mean, and it's just the end of day 3. It's midnight. Still light out, sun's still up. Who knows what tomorrow or later today will bring. And it's snowing.